Okay, my name is Sam Francis. I was originally born in northern part of Saskatchewan, in a little town called Lynwood, Saskatchewan. And I was also born in a camp in the bush. My dad used to own a sawmill. And that's where my brother was born there too. And as the years went on, I went to school at a little place called Timberland, 5 miles out of Lynwood. And when I finished there, then I moved up to Edmonton and worked in the bush there for 10, 12 years. It was when they still had horses and stuff like that, and that's how I used to skid the logs with. And then from there on, then I moved on up to Grand Prairie, and in Grand Prairie I went to heavy equipment operating. I operated there for 2, 3 years, and then I got to become a foreman. And from there on, it kept going higher and higher. But I got to be a consultant in the oil patch. And I worked there for 25 years. I was in Peace River, Fort Nelson, Fort St. John is where I mostly worked on in the winter time. Rainbow Lake, Red Earth, stuff like that. And then towards the end of the last couple of years here, I think it was around 10 years ago, I moved into Edmonton. My wife and I had split up in '86, and I lived with another woman for 4 years, and she asked me to leave one day, so I did. So after that, I was on my own, and I just said I was going to get out of Grand Prairie, try and start a new life someplace else. And I come to Edmonton, stayed with my sister, and I got a job here, and I worked around Edmonton, Mornville, and all over the place, building locations for oil companies for gas and oil. And then about 2.5 years ago, they called me into the hospital to do a heart assessment to see, oh no, my kidneys had failed before that. And I'll back up a little bit there. There's one time I was in 5 days, I was in a coma. And when I come out of that coma and that, and my brothers, everybody, my sisters, relatives all there because I wasn't supposed to live. The doctor called them in, said to come here, but just a matter of time. Well, when I woke up and see my brother from Prince George, I asked him what the hell he was doing here, or where I was, and he told me, and I said, well, Lonnie, nothing wrong with me, I was ready to go home. I just thought I had a good sleep. And once he told me that, and then the doctor come in, and I can still remember this Dr. Maloney telling me, the diabetes doctor, he said, all I can say, he said, you're one lucky son of a bitch. That's exactly what he told me. To come out of that with no damage. And then the kidneys went right after that. Started to go, and then they went. And I've been on dialyzing 3 times a week. I've been at that now for 5 years. I've been dialyzing. And then that's when they called me in to do assessment on my heart to see if I could get a transplant kidney. And when they found out my heart was plugged 4 places at 95%, he said, you're not going no place. He said, you're going upstairs. He said, you're just a walking time bomb. That's exactly what the doctor told me there. So we did that, and